Tehillim together, we're holding in Tehillim 78. David HaMelech quoting Asaf, as we mentioned last week. A mystery who exactly Asaf is, if he's from Bnei Korach or one of the singers during the time of David HaMelech, and as we mentioned, his incredible power to be able to sing, specifically when there's difficulties in life, and especially during this time of Klal Yisrael and the history that we're holding in, the point that we're holding in right now, how appropriate. But there's another aspect that we can derive specifically from this Tehillim Ayin Ches. As you go through this Tehillim, you notice that there's an incredible review of the history of the Jewish people, going back to Mitzrayim and Bnei Chum, and coming out of Mitzrayim and everything, and the Makkos, and the whole history, the Jewish journey throughout this incredible 3,340 years, something like that. What is the point? And how do we navigate ourselves throughout this history? What was our secret of survival? And the answer is the first pasuk. And by the way, this is actually very kedai to read if you want the introduction to Tehillim. The Rabbi Foyer, of Chaim Foyer, should be well. In his introduction, he specifically points this out. We start off with Maskila Asaf, Ha'azina Ami Toirasi. Listen, my nation, to my Torah, Hatu Oznechem Ne'imrei Fi. Bend your ears to the words of my mouth. Why? Because there is no way to survive. And especially, I speak specifically during this time where we're so involved with what's called the Tikshot. Tikshot is the communication and the news. And the Tikshot also has the letters of Tishkoret. Because in today's world, as I think we all already have witnessed, there's a concept, a real concept called fake news. Fake news doesn't even have to be lies. That's for sure fake news. But the idea is that sometimes we get so involved that we think it's all in the hands of the politicians and the leaders and the president, and whether the president is the most amazing president in history of the American history. But that doesn't make him in any way. He's the one that, I think it was last week, said, yes, mask, no masks, it's complicated, but it's all up to the boss. Who else is saying that? We're supposed to be teaching that, and we're supposed to be thinking about this, especially when we are going through this Tehillim, to be able to review in our mind, wait, all the answers are in the Torah, and the only guide for us is the Torah itself. And how many times we find ourselves not really following the Torah, but following our emotion, following our own seichel, our intellect. We need to turn to the Torah, and if we don't know what the Torah is telling us, we turn to the experts of the Torah, the main leaders of the Torah. That's the secret of the Jewish history, and that's the secret to our success, and to be able to not lose our mind, especially during this amazing time. Hatzlachat to everyone.